Welcome to this week's edition of WTHS News. I'm Sawyer Tucker.
And I'm Jacob Hawkins. Today is Friday, April 15th. Here are this week's top stories. Parade of Beauties is an annual pageant held at THS.
Let's see what these beauties have to say.
It was a lot of fun. There were lots of girls, and everybody was really pretty. It was lots of fun. Everybody was so nice. It kind of got described as an Elsa Cinderella dress. It was like a pale blue color, and it was really poofy. Well, when we were standing backstage waiting for the last top 10 to be announced, everybody was really nervous. And then when they called my number out, I didn't believe it at first. And so they actually pushed me in front of the curtain because I didn't believe it. So that was really awesome.
Parade of Beauties is a fun thing for us girls to do. We get to get our makeup done and our hair done. And it's about the only time that I really get to be in kind of a pageant because I don't usually do those. Last year I didn't get in top 10, so it was really cool that I made it to top 10 this year. And I just think everyone looked really pretty, and it's an awesome experience for girls to step out of their comfort zones and show a different side of them.
At first I was really nervous, but then when I got on stage it was okay because I realized that it was just for fun and that all the girls were really nice to me because I was one of the youngest, and they complimented me and cheered for me. Whenever they called me out for the top 10, I was excited and nervous at the same time. And whenever they called my name, I cried. I teared up and started crying, and I was shaking. And all the girls came up to me, and they gave me hugs and stuff and told me congratulations.
So, Jacob, do you think the weather's going to be a walk in the park or a day indoors?
I don't know, Sawyer. Let's check in with Maddie and Catherine to see if there might be another slight chance of rain.
Thanks, Sawyer and Jacob. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Maddie, and this is your week's forecast. Today there's a high of 65 and a low of 51. Tonight there's a baseball game, so be sure you come out and support. Saturday and Sunday both have highs in the 70s and a low of 53. Saturday there's also a baseball game and a softball game, so come out and support them.
Moving on to the rest of the week, we have a high in the mid-80s and a low in the mid-50s, with chances of rain on Wednesday and Thursday.
Tuesday through Thursday there's WTHS tryouts after school if you're interested.
On Tuesday and Thursday, we also have softball and baseball games, so make sure you come out and support your Golden Wave.
Back to y'all in the studio.
One of everyone's favorite segments, Gossip Tupelo, is back.
Let's check in with Katie and AC to see what they have to say this week.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm Katie Ellis.
And I'm AC Lothorpe, and this is this week's segment of Gossip Tupelo.
This week, our topic applies to most all couples at THS.
Different grade dating, or as we like to call it, DGD. DGD is taking over Tupelo High School as we know it.
You're right. No one dates in the same grade anymore.
They don't, and in the few couples that do, there is a common point of origin, i.e. Tupelo Middle School. Middle school sweetheart. To answer some of our DGD questions, we brought in one of our good friends, Evan Sanders, today.
E-Dog, come on in. All right, Evans, what grade were you in, and what grade was Matthew when y'all started dating?
I was in 10th grade, and my main squeeze, Matthew, was in the 12th grade when we started dating.
Okay, so what are some good things that came out of this DGD relationship?
You know, let me answer that question with a little scenario. Look at me today. I have on no makeup. I haven't touched my hair in about 3 days. I probably smell a little funky, but who am I trying to impress at Tupelo High School? No one.
All right, so we have another source here, Drew Parker. Now, Drew, would you recommend intergrade dating, or you like different grade dating?
I think it's easier to keep a relationship going if you're both in the same grade.
Interesting.
Especially when one of those people are like it's harder if someone's in like a senior and they're about to get away to college.
That's true.
Leave them behind in high school.
So as a whole, would you recommend DGD?
I definitely recommend DGD.
Yeah.
So you don't recommend DGD, different grade dating?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, good deal.
Opinions differ on which of the two should be older, though.
That's right, because naturally girls are more mature, so I feel like it's a completely different relationship if the girl is older in the relationship opposed to the guy being older.
Right, I agree, because I feel like if the guy is older, the maturity levels are on the same level, because...
Now, not always. A camera woman right back there, Miss Amy Hadsma, y'all can't see her, but she's actually in a relationship where she is the elder of the two, but it works just fine.
As always, we love our fans.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Listen up, y'all, cause this is it. The beat that I'm banging is delicious.
MSPA is a conference where schools in Mississippi come together to showcase their accomplishments in journalism classes.
We caught up with journalism students to see what their experience was like at MSPA this year.
We're getting a new advisor next year, so after winning Best Newspaper this year, it's going to be different in that sense. And then a lot of our staff is graduating, so that should be interesting to see who comes in, because we're trying to recruit people right now. Well, we had a lot of first place wins in individual competition too. So I got first place in depth reporting and sports.
After the results of the competition, I feel really excited for what we're going to do next year. And me and Ashton Davis are really excited to be the editors next year and try out our new style. We're using the same techniques as the ones we used this year, but just kind of making it a little bit better and a little more creative. So really excited to do that.
Did you go to MSPA this year?
I did not go to MSPA this year, and let me tell you why. Last year when I went to MSPA, I competed in the live tweet competition where myself and others tweeted throughout the day during our different classes and such. And I hashtagged the wrong thing all day. I hashtagged MSAP all day, and so I lost. And I didn't want to show my face there again this year. I just was too embarrassed to go back. Yeah, Katie, as the editor of the album, how did you feel your experience at MSPA was different this year compared to last?
Well, this year I took a different class. It wasn't really a class. We just looked at other people's yearbooks, whereas last year I took a getting ready to be an editor class.
Our team's strongest work is probably our design and photography. We win most of our awards for that, and it just makes our book stand out from the rest, I think.
This is my first time going to MSPA, and it was a really cool experience because we won Best Overall Newscast. I've been in broadcast since the beginning of 10th grade, and over time I've become more involved with it, and I've learned how to edit, and it was really cool at MSPA going to the classes and learning more editing tips and how to be a better editor.
Besides taking sessions and learning technical tips for yearbook and broadcast, we did a fun activity, which was a scavenger hunt, which you didn't have to participate in, but me and 2 other people in my yearbook class did. We did about half of the scavenger hunt, and it was a lot of fun going around the campus and taking pictures with random things and sending them in. We ended up getting 20 points, and the winner was Nettleton, and they got 21, so we lost by 1 point, but it was still fun.
Hey, Sawyer.
What, Jacob?
I just want to tell you Best Anchor goes to me. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all next week.